Welcome to the YouTube channel for APsprayarts. Hey guys, welcome to this painting. Before I get too far into the video, remember to subscribe, ring that bell so that you get notified every time I post something. So let's get into it. This is a newer video compared to when I'm posting it. I have a whole lot of older videos that I'm going to post up soon and get this channel really going. Just starting out with this channel, so hopefully you guys will subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your neighbors, share it with your enemies. Maybe your dog can sign on. I don't know. But I want to make this grow and I want to try and get up there as big as I can get it. So this one's a forest waterfall scene. This is a whole lot of background stuff, just kind of colors so that when I put in the trees and foliage and everything, these colors will be in the background, filling it out instead of just having blank white space behind it. It might seem not too productive to spray all this stuff down and then use the paper to pull up paint. What that's doing is giving me a whole lot of texture. As you can see there's lines and ridges and things all within the paint. That's a little better. See those lines and ridges? So that way it gives it a little texture, a little bit more than just straight up paint. Throwing some bright stuff down the middle because that's supposed to be the sunlight coming through the trees. While I'm doing these videos, let me know in the comments if you guys like this kind of video, if you like me doing the voiceover for it, so that I know and I can make you better content. This here is putting in some foliage for the trees. It's going to be kind of cool. You're going to see it coming up soon. This is just kind of background foliage even over the spray that's already down. So that when I carve the trees up, this is going to give it a nice 3D effect and it's going to look really cool. So before I get to that, back to what I was saying about the videos. If you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know because I'm going to keep doing these ones because I like doing them. But if you want other videos, if you want better tutorials or whatever, I'm new to the spray paint game. Only been at it for 2 years at the time of this video. So hopefully I'm doing good and you guys like what I'm doing and hopefully I can teach something. My way of learning was watching everybody else, all the big names, and taking notes, taking research, writing down everything that they're doing so that I can do it in the future and pick what works best for me. Here I come in with the trees, so carving straight up through that foliage there and making some branches going out. Trick with trees and branches is that they're always going in opposite directions. So if you have one going to the right, you're probably going to have one going to the left. And then coming in with some more trees on the other side. One thing I wished I had done with this painting is scored up the middle, that bright area, just with some lines, so it looked like there were some trees in the background, maybe a little bit more foliage and stuff, so it doesn't seem like a straight shoot of brightness. But it's still colored, it still looks good, so it still works for the painting. And here we are with some more happy trees. I guess these are more like poplar trees from where I'm from in northwestern Ontario. Trees kind of look like that, but there's all different kinds of trees, all different ways you can do it. And here I come with some more coloring. For the coloring of these ones, I used yellow and blue, so that when you mix them together, you're going to have the middle color of green. So yes, you're going to see some blue in some of the areas, but that could also be seen as shadow or sky or just darker leaves. And I'm going to do the foliage a couple times so that you're getting double layers in there. But see how you're starting to get that 3D effect with the green behind it? To me, it's really cool. And like I was saying about learning videos, I learned that by watching somebody else's video. I'd watched tons of videos on how to do forests and trees and things, and then just recently watched a video on this effect of putting the foliage there before carving in your tree. And in case you don't know, when I say carving in your tree, I mean exactly that. You saw it there. The paint is nice and wet, and you take a palette knife and you just kind of carve in your tree, thick at the bottom, thinner at the top. Lots of branches. and just have some fun. It's all right for your foliage there to overlap everything and stretch out. If you ever seen trees, and I really say go walk through the forest, take a look. That right there was just some clear spray so that I could carve a little bit better. Just go out, look at trees, look at the forest, look at the horizons, the clouds, everything. If you want to paint nature, I love painting nature. A lot of spray paint artists like to do the stencils and the superheroes and all that kind of stuff. Me, I prefer nature. I will do the superheroes and stuff, and you're going to see some videos of those coming up in the future. But I love painting nature, especially the forest, because that's how I grew up, living in the forest. I remember times when I was a kid, I would go out, just me and my dog. We'd head out into the woods. My parents owned 160 acres in northwestern Ontario. I would just head out into the woods with my dog in the morning, and we were lucky if we got back by sunset. And yes, I'll admit it, I got lost plenty of times. Here we are with the waterfalls that are going to be down there. Sometimes you put in the rocks. This time I didn't put in the rocks first. You'll see them coming up after. Mixed a little white and blue together, so it's not just straight white waterfall. Water is not usually white. It's not always blue either. It's pretty much clear, but it gets reflections and everything, so throwing this in. These side lines at the bottom are supposed to be the pool at the very bottom of this waterfall. And you'll see where that little line comes in there after. And you can already see it starting to take effect there of it's kind of like carved into the rocks and giving you a 3D multi-layered effect. Water is one of those things that's kind of tricky. You want to take your time with it, play with it a little bit, but you don't want to play with it too much because then it's just going to be overworked and it's not going to work out right. There you go with the wide shot. You can see a little bit better. Now I got to make everything work together. Put in the details. This is a fine painting right now, but you need more details to give it more depth and make it seem more realistic. So I'm using kind of different colors, different sorts of greens and stuff to make the foliage in the bottom. And here I come in carving some more trees in the foreground. So see what I mean about carving in the paint? I wet it up with the clear coat and then just carve straight up a couple lines and the branches and stuff. It takes a little bit of work to get used to it, and I'm still learning myself. Clear coat, and then I'm carving, and this one I decided, why not do a stump? So I just kind of did a little stump there. I think it's kind of cute. Main thing of spray paint art is layers. You're always putting layers. You got your background, middle ground, foreground. Keep building it up until it looks good. This one I came in with a different kind of sponge, trying to do some more layers into the trees. Let me know what you think of these ones. It was a different kind of sponge, a dollar store thing. Wasn't too happy with it, actually. A little more paint. And here I come back in. This is with a brush I make out of napkins. I have a video on that on my TikTok, and I can post that video here so that you can see how to make brushes out of napkins. Now this is the fun part. It never seems right when you're doing it, but afterwards it looks really good. I'm just carving in rocks. So just putting little tiny U shapes with my palette knife, making rock structures that the water goes around. Because you don't want water just sort of falling there. So there's some nice rocks up top so that the waterfall's coming through, falling down. Let me know too in the comments if you like those transitions where I zoom in a little bit. I'm trying to have fun with my editing, trying to make it a little more interesting. So just let me know what you think. Even let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what else you want to see. If you want me to paint something, tell me that stuff. I'm happy to take any sort of direction from you guys. Doesn't mean you have to buy it or anything. Just gives me something to be creative with. Right now, of course, in Canada, we have the winter. It's been cold. I already got snow on the ground. So painting is going to be limited to when I can get heat and when I can get some warm weather. But I want to make a list of things I want to paint. And then when I have the time to do it, I'm going to get in there. So just putting in little details, trying to make some of these plants go in different directions. They'll be falling over the water because when plants grow, that's what they want. They want to go to the water, right? There I put in some little tiny details. Just some little sort of sticks and grasses and sticks in the bushes. This painting, by the way, has been made on a 16 by 20 foam board. I'm using foam board a lot more now because it's a little bit more cost effective than canvas, but it's stronger than poster board. So when I do trade shows, it's a lot easier to sell these things on a foam board. Just taking a look out of the glare of the light. I'm going to work on that too, so I have better videos coming up. Just kind of putting in the ledge of where the rock ledge would go behind the trees. A little extra rocks. Details, details, details. The greatness is in the fine details. Christian Marclay said, art is all in the details. Little signature down in the corner. And I'm going to come in here with some birds that I forgot to put in. Just flying down the center. I'm going to use the spray painter's brush, which is just a little bit of poster board, and just kind of drawing them in. And this is the painting. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to leave a like on this video. Make sure to subscribe. Tell everybody to subscribe to my channel. Let's try and make it a big, huge channel. So like I often say on other social medias, do something for yourself. Because this painting here, this was for me.